What's up, everybody? It's Zack with Bluegrass Rentals of EKY. You're with me in the office this morning. I'm coming at you with something really important, the way that I go about comping real estate and the software I use in order to come down to good offer prices when it comes to off-market properties and on-market properties. So join me here today while I take you on my screen and show you my comping softwares that I prefer to use in order to comp real estate. That's a lot of comps. Let's jump in. Let's go. P.S. I wanted to jump in here and tell you, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, as we're trying to grow this channel to help more people with their real estate and financial freedom dreams. So hit that subscription button down below, in order to join this channel as I bring you important content around real estate investing. What's up, everybody? This is my comping real estate video today. Thank you for jumping in with me. I'm going to show you some of my favorite softwares and how I typically go about comping real estate and getting quick offer price numbers using these softwares in this video. And then towards the end of the video, I'll also share with you a couple of the strategies as far as math is concerned in order to do offers on properties. So first off, a free software that I really like using is something called PropWire. You'll see it on your screen here, a screen recording, propwire.com. This is a free real estate software that I believe Jerry Norton, who is a wholesaler, a very popular, well-known wholesaler investor, uses. And so like you're seeing my screen recording here, somewhere that I've really liked going to look at lately for real estate is Garland, Texas. Garland, Texas. And so when we type in Garland, Texas here, it's going to bring us to the city of Garland. And then at the top, you can click on something called lead types. Now, lead types are types of homes that fit certain categories that you might be able to find good deals on homes. These are off-market properties, by the way. You can go and look at absentee owner homes. A lot of absentee owner homes typically might be like corporation-owned homes or rental properties. And so these might be people that would be willing to sell their houses at discounted prices. If we get rid of absentee owners, we can go down here to look at cash buyers on PropWire. Now, the reason finding cash buyer type homes is because these are probably real estate investors. Most people paying cash for properties are real estate investors. Now, if you're a wholesaler or looking to wholesale, something I've been trying to do now and jumping into some wholesaling related activities, if you're a wholesaler and you've got a home under contract and you need to find an end buyer so that you can sell that contract, the rights to the contract you have, to make a wholesale fee, then looking up a cash buyer list of homes in the area your investment is in may be a good idea. You then call these cash buyers and say, hey, Mr. Cash Buyer, I've got a house that's on XXY Street. Would you be interested in buying it from me? And this is what the price for it is. So looking at cash buyer lead types on PropWire is a great way to go about finding real estate investors in your area. You can also look at homes that are maybe in the free and clear category on PropWire. Free and clear means 100% equity, and these people might be willing to sell or finance their home to you. So what we're doing here, we are trying to find qualified leads based off the type of deal you're trying to find in order to purchase real estate. You can find MLS active leads, MLS failed leads, MLS pending and sold, even negative equity. These people might be in distress, someone who might be willing to sell you their home. Something really cool is you can find pre-probates and pre-foreclosures on PropWire for free. Now, again, because this is a free software, you might have a lot of competition with buying these types of homes, but I've went off into pre-foreclosures and I've called pre-foreclosure homeowners and have had some good leads from this when it comes to wholesaling. So pre-foreclosures, that's something you might want to check out. This is PropWire, and I think you get the idea here. You can look up lead types. You can look up exact property types, single family homes, condo townhomes, multifamily, multifamily plus, mobile homes, land, commercial, and everything in between. You can set a price range, a bed and bath count, and so many more filters. Property filters, owner filters, financial filters that for the type of home you can afford or want to afford, foreclosure type filters, MLS filters. There are so many ways to filter things down on PropWire for free. Set up a free account. and start finding potential home sellers, home buyers in your area in order to dispo real estate and purchase real estate. I also think that this type of software is fantastic for realtors and in order to find potential leads and also in potential find in buyers for the properties that you're the realtor on. So this is my first free software I would highly encourage you to check out is propwire.com. Next, we're going to use a paid software, which is called X-Leads, the all-in-one wholesale software. So X-Leads was created by Zack Ginn and his dad, Rick Ginn, I believe it is, who are also some of the most popular wholesalers in the country of the United States. And on here, I mean, it's just endless. The amount of things you can do on X-Leads is truly an overwhelming thing. But what I love to use X-Leads for, let's just type in a property address that I have been interested in. 9005 La Prada Drive, Dallas, Texas. And this particular property, the reason I like X-Leads, here's your property, is that it shows that it's MLS active, but when you scroll down, it tells you what the wholesale offer you give them should be, what its retail value could be. This isn't always 100% accurate. You need to use the next piece of software I'm going to give you or go into Zillow and look at sold homes that have been fully renovated that are similar in bed and bath type and square footage to your subject property in order to know what your initial offer should be on a home. But I love this. It gives you the knowledge that this is an absentee owner. It's an active listing and it is a free and clear home. And in fact, I know this to be sold out of a trust because look, right here, bam, owner name, Peel Family Trust, and owner type, it is a trust and it's 100% equity. So this is a home I actually am going to make an offer on today in Garland, Texas, and hopefully wholesale it if I can get it under contract. So this X-Leads is just amazing. The amount of things you can do here. You can use X-Leads for marketing, contacts list, property list, a dashboard, upgrade, ninja mode. You can use this as a CRM as well. All in one software. Zack Ginn and his father was not lying when they put this together. This is very detailed software, but what I often use it for is for typing in property addresses, looking at what the retail offer is, will be, what the wholesale offer possibly should be, as well as something very crucial to finding homeowners, which is called skip tracing. So whenever we in fact go back to the property we just looked at, you'll look at the very top, usually even a name and a phone number is provided right here on X-Leads. Gregory Peel, and there's a phone number. Now, this guy's on the do not call registry list, so be careful with some of that. But it gives you his cell phone number and his email address. So if you was looking up nearly any property in the United States, you can find their phone number and their email address and reach out directly to homeowners if they want to sell their houses. So this is a fantastic way to use something like maybe PropWire, which is a free software, find good leads, and then skip trace them on X-Leads in order to find out homeowners and they say, hey, Mr. Homeowner, would you want to sell your house? So this is a fantastic software, one of my favorite wholesale softwares, though it is paid. X-Leads is paid in order to comp real estate, in order to get to a better number. Now, in final, if I had to give you my favorite comping software that I use something called Propelio.com. Propelio.com. Propelio is an amazing piece of software, far better than using the MLS or Zillow in order to comp your real estate offers and potential ARVs. And I love Propelio. So when we go back to 9005 La Prada Drive, this is our subject house that we have been using for all of our examples here today. 9005 La Prada Drive, Dallas, Texas. Scroll on here. Photos, bam, pop up right away. Look at this. Property owner, years owned, that it's in a trust, what it's currently listed on the MLS for, bed and bath count, square footage, story of the property down here below, age of the property, is it gas, central heat and air, does it have a pool? All these questions are answered, but what Propelio is so good at doing is comping sales. So when you hit the comp sales button for your address property, you can scroll right up here to the top. We want single family homes as comps. We want sold within the last, let's say, 6 months. Distance from our subject property, half a mile. You can even choose up to 1 mile, 2 mile, 3 miles, 5 miles, and all these other filters. You can filter it down to most recently sold, distance from your subject property, years built, usually 10 above the year your property was built and 10 below the age of your subject property, the bed and bath count, the house size down to square footage, lot size, does it have a garage, etc. And C, filters. Now, your subject property is highlighted with a star, but your comp sold properties are right here in red. Right here in red. This is where it gets really crucial for you to see. So the way you comp real estate, you want to find a property that has been fully renovated, that is the same bed and bath count as yours or nearly the same square footage, plus or minus 10 years from your subject property, and usually within about a mile or less, sold within the last 6 months. Those are your best comps to give you what your property would be if you bought it, flipped it, fixed it, and then sold it later. We're trying to establish after repair value. That's what I mean by comping real estate, at least in this video today. Because we're not really trying to establish the comp of it as far as what it should sell for right now. We're trying to establish what this 9005 La Prada Drive property would be worth once it has been flipped. It's on the market for $199,000. But here is a direct comp, nearly a direct comp. 3-bed, 2-bath, 2505 Globe Avenue, nearly the exact same square footage. Let's click on it. Let's verify if this is a fully flipped property. And when we go inside the photos here, we see that this was a fully executed flip. Interior and exterior, this is a newly rehabbed property. That is the same bed and bath count as our subject property and square footage and lot size. And it was only on the market for 22 days, and it sold for $340,000. Our subject property that we're thinking of making an offer on is $199,000. What if we, and these 270, 237, and 215 properties was all purchased, not flipped yet. Very interesting. We have a potential similar property on market, $310,000. It hasn't sold yet, but it's a fully flipped property as well, though it's 200 square foot less than ours and a bath less than ours, so it's not the best comp. So let's go up here and push this out to a year, sold in the last year, just to see what pops up here. Go in the last 1.5 years. So when we start digging and we're looking for fully ARV'd comps, we find another one here, a fully renovated 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,700 square foot, fully rehabbed piece of real estate, very similar to ours, sold for $350,000. The last one we looked at was $340,000. We have one that's nearly at $310,000, though a less bed and bath than our own that's on the market. We got one here for $320,000 that was a rehabbed property. A little bit more square footage than our subject. So what am I trying to do here? I'm trying to establish an ARV. And if I had to give an ARV for our subject property based off bed and bath counts of similarly sold homes that have been fully renovated, I think it's somewhere in the $330,000 to $340,000 range. Purchase price, I think, of our subject property, offer I'm going to make on it is somewhere in the $180,000s cash. Then I'm going to dispo that contract to an end buyer that will then eventually flip it to take advantage of that high after repair value. So I use Propelio, I use XLeads for skip tracing and many other things, CRM services. I use PropWire to find good leads, and I use Propelio to comp those leads by looking at using Propelio to find after repair value and to help me know what my purchase price should be. I think that 9005 La Prada Drive is such a great deal or subject property because the similarly sold homes in the area that are 3-bed, 1-baths are selling for $260,000, $270,000, $240,000, $275,000. Now, La Prada's already underwent a partial rehab, and so it's not move-in ready, which is why I think that price has taken a hit. I also think they're selling it at nearly what it's worth because it looks like this trust is trying to offload this property rather quickly, and they priced it fairly, in my opinion. Because even XLeads is telling me my wholesale offer on this home should be $185,000, and it's on market for $199,000. Usually, your wholesale offer is significantly less on XLeads than what it is on market for. So the fact that those two are pretty close to each other, only off by about $10,000, tells me that this home has been priced quite well. fairly well. So now we're going to jump into some of the science and the math that I use in order to configure and figure out offer prices. Now that we know we're looking at an ARV of, let's say, $330,000 and the purchase price that's listed is $199,000. So we're going to jump out of our screen here, and then we're going to jump over and look at some math.